Hooray for Hollywood! Hello there, I am Stan the Movie Man, and this is my monthly WIMZ.com movie review. This month, I reviewed Rogue One, a Star Wars story. It is, of course, the preceding information that occurs prior to Episode 4, A New Hope, where we are shown the rebels who managed to get their hands on the plans for the Death Star. The film stars Felicity Jones, Diego Luna, Ben Mendelsohn, Donnie Yen, Mads Mikkelsen, Alan Tudyk, Forrest Whitaker, and many, many more. It is a fantastic, terrific story that could have been called episode 3.5 as far as I'm concerned. This takes place, as we find out, just before the events of episode 4, A New Hope. We're introduced to Jyn Erso, a young, angry woman played by Felicity Jones, whose father, Galen Erso, played by Mads Mikkelsen, is the person who is overseeing the construction of the weapon for the Empire's Death Star. Now, she hasn't seen her father in many, many years because he was taken away by director Orson Krennic, played by Ben Mendelsohn, from their farm uh, uh, when Jyn was just a small child. Now, an adult, Jyn is doing whatever she can to survive. She is a criminal, essentially, and is being held in an Imperial work camp when some rebels come and rescue her. They are rescuing her for a reason. The guy who raised Jyn after her father was taken away is a guy named Saw Gerrera, played by Forrest Whitaker. He is one of the original rebels against the Empire, and now he is separated from them. The Rebel Alliance considers him too extreme. But in his possession is an Imperial freighter pilot, a guy named Bodhi Rook, played by Riz Ahmed, who has defected, and in his possession is some information about Galen Erso and this new huge weapon that's being built. So the rebels who have freed Jyn are going to try to use her to get back in Saw's good graces and get the information about what this whatever information this Imperial pilot has. This is an astoundingly entertaining film. Not only is there terrific action and humor, and the special effects are amazing, and all the rest of it, but there's also fan service for those of us who have been with Star Wars since the very beginning. They bring some actors back from the dead. Uh, they young up other actors who were in the original trilogy. They even go back into the archives and find some film from that wasn't used in Star Wars Episode 4: New Hope, so that secondary and tertiary people, minor characters, can appear as their young selves in this story. It is a brilliantly done bit of filmmaking, and it is so much fun. It just works on every level. Not only does it work as an action adventure, it works as a heist movie or a war movie, because there is a lot of Star Wars in this addition to the Star Wars universe. There's a lot of fighting, some of it done in very close quarters, and some of it done. Um, Decisions are made by some of the characters in the movie that will make you go, "Whoa, a Star Wars character wouldn't do that." Well, they do in this film. It is fantastic. And not only does it look great on the grander scale, it looks great in little bits. For instance, there's one brief shot of the shadow of a ship flying over a landscape, and it's shot in a way that it's like somebody inside the ship is looking down at the ground. Now that takes, nothing. They could have used a model of some sort, or it could all be done digitally. Whatever. It's a shot that doesn't have to be there. It doesn't add anything to the story. It just rounds out and makes more realistic, if you will, this very unrealistic story of a war between planets in a galaxy far, far away. But it's a nice touch. And there are other nice touches in the film, too, not only visually, but for fan service, as you will find. I'm not going to spoil any of this stuff for you. I mean, there's plenty online about it. So if you want it spoiled, it's more than easy to find out what the little Easter eggs that have been dropped in. But if you can, go into it with as little information as possible and enjoy this film. It is so much fun. And if you are a fan of Star Wars, or even if you've never seen any of the movies, this would be a great introduction to the Star Wars universe. I am giving Rogue One, a Star Wars story, like you're going to be real surprised based on what you've heard so far, 5 guitars. Go to the WIMZ.com website and into the blogs section. Look for my banner with my Stan the Movie Man on it, and then you can read my complete review. You can also see my weekly reviews at StanTheMovieMan.com. Follow me on Twitter at MovieManStan, and send emails to me, StanTheMovieMan at Comcast.net. Till next time, later.